Sensation back at you. This might be one of my best scores. It's not a marketplace score. It is a new app that a lady at a thrift store told me about. So she told me about this app where they do live auctions. It's called Whatnot. And I paid $23. $23 for a PC. Let's see what it is. So there's the back of it, the IO shield, and we'll flip it around so you can see the name on it. Oh, let's get it flipped around here, and then I'm going to show you the video on my phone. So it says it's got a Core i5 in it. Of course, the DVD-RW. It's called a ByteSpeed 201634, and there's the 4 USB ports. This case looks to me like it's a HTPC case by the way that it's laid out. So I don't know if ByteSpeed built it for that or if this was some kind of office computer or something. I really don't. So the specs on it are an i5. It does have USB 3.0, so it could be like a 3rd gen i5, 4th gen, 6th gen, 7th gen, who knows, right? So I'm going to take the side panel off of it here. Oh, get a look under the hood. Oh, we got the typical factory Intel cooler there. We have 1 stick of 2 available on an Asus H110MC motherboard. H110MC, 6th generation probably, would be my guess on it. So we'd have to see what i5 is in it. But there's the DVD drive. Hard drives, you can't see, but if you look down in there real close where those SATA drives go in, I think that's an SSD down there. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to show the video of how I got this for $23 because it's possibly the cheapest PC I've ever bought, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with it. We're going to do it in this video probably, but I'll tell you what we're going to do with it. We like the 6th gen Intels, and I know it's not as old as most of the stuff I mess with, but we like them. While I'm looking down at my phone, it's so I can get an app open and get my, there we go. I want to show you the video. They have a video receipt of where I bought this computer. And this way, you guys and gals will know I'm telling you the truth. So the grand total shipped to me with taxes was $34, just so you know. So here's a video receipt of this happening.
ByteSpeed 1634. Alright, here goes. ByteSpeed. No, it ain't no cable box, it's a computer. It's a freaking computer. It's with $10 shipping. $1. That hurt. That hurt.
So even that feller knew that it hurt. He even knew that it hurt, right? Let me see if I can find a receipt here. Receipt and shipping details. So look at the subtotal right there. $23, $9.21 shipping, $2.25 in taxes, $34.46 shipped to me. We got a 6th generation Intel for $34. We won it with a subtotal of $23. That app is called Whatnot. So if you guys and gals want to get on there and try to score a PC and maybe beat a guy on a deal, that's the place to go. I'm kind of grateful to the lady that told me about the app, or this score here would have never happened. I don't want it in this case, and I don't think I'm going to use it for an HPC or anything, although the case would work real good for it, especially with all the USB ports on it. So it's got the power supply, and you heard one of the guys in the auction ask it in the chat if it was a cable box. He literally said, no, it's not a cable box. And after the auction, you heard him say, wow, that hurt. That hurt. And it hurt because of the price on it. And I understand that. I guess I could have tipped him a few more dollars, but, you know, if you're going to score one cheap, you might as well score one cheap off one of them live auctions. they do bulk stuff. They've sold like 87,000 products, and they're a tech channel on that app. So you can see it's got some dust in it where she's been ran, and it's pretty locked up. So we're going to have to get this one out in the shop for sure and get it cleaned up. And I think we'll take it out there, clean it up, tear it down, and then I'll tell you what my plans are with it. You can imagine that that pretty little motherboard right there is probably not going to stay in this case. And since it's got, you know, all the right components and an IO shield, a regular IO shield, then it's probably going in a regular gaming case, and we're going to build a gaming computer with it, and then we're going to flip it, because why shouldn't we? We've literally got $34 in motherboard, processor, and memory. Yes, we're flipping it. You better believe we're flipping it. We ain't doing it. And we got an SSD in there, I'm pretty sure. But the biggest question is, and why I got it in here and tore down, I wanted to show you about that app. But yet, we want to see if this boots up. So, that's the important thing. Is it going to power up and boot up? So, I'll pause you out, get the cable. Alright, so I don't know if this is your favorite time of a video, but it's mine. We're going to see if this ByteSpeed powers up. So the power button's going to be up here where my fingers are. Oh, right there. And she's spinning the fan. Oh, I heard the beep where it usually posts. Let's see if we see lights. We got lights on the keyboard. Delete key is usually a safe one. Don't see anything on the display yet, but we definitely got keyboard lights, and it sounded like it posted. We just don't have anything on our display. Oh, look at that, the caps lock's working too. Oh, kind of like the $100 PC. We're posting, but we don't have any display. It doesn't look like there was a graphics card ever in this setup, so they had to have run off onboard graphics. And a 6th gen Intel without an HDMI port means I had to run a DVI cable into the monitor. But it doesn't matter, you should be able to run DVI and VGA both in at post. But I am not seeing a post on this unit. We can try wiggling this around and see what it does, but yeah, that whole assembly's kind of loose on that. Loose and moving around. I have an idea to boot this. We take that motherboard out of the case. Let me see. Let me look around. I think I got a little half-height graphics card that'll go in one of these from my old HD PC. Let me see if I can find that, and let's see if we can get it to boot that way. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why it's always a good idea to have a half-height graphics card on hand. So I had this little thing in an old HD PC of mine. It's an old PNY card, and it's half-height, so it works great in these. You got HDMI and DVI right there. So we got it plugged back in with a graphics card in it now. Let's see what it does. Let's see if we can get it to boot, get a display on it. I think it's posting, we just didn't have a display, so let's get this another shot. We heard the beep for post. Oh, I think I seen the computer screen flicker a second. There it is. ByteSpeed right there. I'm going to see if it'll boot into Windows. I ain't going to touch nothing. I'll be a son of a gun. $23, right? $34 shipped to our dang door. And look at that. Cleared out hard drive that says user. That looks like Windows 11. I'm pretty sure that's Windows 11, boys and girls. So we're going to check specs on it here in a second. We have Windows 11 Pro Education right there, 22H2, installed 4/2 of 2025. We have an Intel Core i5 6400 CPU at 2.7 gigahertz with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So, I figured that that's what we had. So I want to go to personalization because I'd much rather have a dark theme. And we're on light, so we're going to dark, and we'll turn transparency off. It shows up better on the video anyway. So let's see what we got for storage drives in here. This PC, we have a 118 gigabyte, what would probably be an SSD if I had to guess the way it booted. And then we got the DVD multi-drive. So the graphics card, it'll install the drivers for it. I don't think I got the internet hooked up, so let's do that real quick. I was right, there must be something wrong with the onboard graphics on it. Maybe that's why they sold it so cheap. But where we're going, we're not gonna need any of that anyway. I was looking at something else, device manager. It may already have the drivers for this. No, shows Microsoft Basic. So we can test bigger graphics cards on it if we get this stuff out of the case and do it. We can do that, but can you believe it? I mean, can you believe that for ByteSpeed, tell me if you know who ByteSpeed is, because I think I've heard of the name before, but I don't know. One of the things, though, I'm going to look it up and see what I can learn about it. It says education on it, and I'm pretty sure because I bought another computer from the same company, which is a Dell Inspiron i5, that these actually come from schools. So I could be wrong on that, but I think they did, and ByteSpeed must have been one of the manufacturers that they used on it. But we can check it. We can Bing it on the what do we got here? Microsoft Edge. So we'll Bing it and see. Oh, start without your data. That's fine. Confirm and start browsing. Just perfect. That's all we want to do. So I'm going to put in ByteSpeed real quick. Some of you probably know exactly what it is, but I don't know off the top of my head. Laptops, ByteSpeed.com. Organizations of all sizes enjoy working with ByteSpeed because we understand their needs and are flexible to meet them. So it lights up with ByteSpeed. I mean, they have it on the BIOS, so they're definitely a legitimate, yep, classroom tech and furniture. So that's probably likely where this thing come out of. That's probably exactly likely where it come from. Oh, and that computer that they're working on there looks a lot like the one that we have. Probably the exact same one. So let's see what we can find that's close to it anyway. Because I don't know, you can see the different desktop designs. It don't look like they use this exact one anymore, but that's because they're off to later and greater things too than a 6th gen Intel. So this one's probably got a little bit of age on it, but nonetheless, can you believe that we did that for $34 and scored a SSD drive on top of it, even though it's only 120 gigs? Windows 11 Pro installed on it. This probably don't have, being a 6th gen, it probably does not have secure boot and TPM 2.0. You guys and gals might be able to correct me on that, but it does have Windows 11 education on it. So I don't know who put that on there, and I don't know if it's supported. But what version is it? Let's see what version this is. I didn't pay attention. 22H2, and I think the new feature update is 24H2. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's see what this says. NVIDIA display. So it's got my drivers here, framework. Let's install this stuff and let's get the graphics drivers in it, and we'll take a better look at it. But man, look at the smile on my face now. This has been happening a lot lately. Just looking out for deals. And I'll tell you, after the scam video I put up, this feels real good. It does, because I actually purchased this stuff before that, but I had to wait for it to come in, and it come in today. And honestly, I couldn't wait to get the video started over it. I couldn't wait because I wanted to show you the app, and I wanted to show you how I scored this thing so cheap. But most of the people probably didn't know what it was. Honestly, I mean, the one guy asked if it was a cable box. You know what I mean? And what we have here are good bones to build a gaming PC. And I think you guys and gals probably already knew that's the direction I was going to head with it. If you did think that, you were absolutely 100% correct. We are definitely pulling that motherboard and processor out of there, that hard drive, and some of these components, and we're going to transpose them in a very nice package. And we're going to build a little gaming PC that we can flip and make a profit on. Because there's a lot of meat on the bone when you pay $34 for a working PC. It's worth doing it. So we're installing and downloading stuff now. I'm going to get that done. I don't think the 6th gen Intel would have, like I said, TPM 2.0 and secure boot. So I don't know if I would let me put this way. I would doubt very seriously that this board supports Windows 11. But we'll see. It does have 8-pin power for the CPU up there, so that's pretty cool, right? USB 3.0 header, that'll work out for us. We got dual RAM slots, and a guy might have another 8 gig stick of that to make that 16 gigs, and I don't know if I'd be happy with that or not, but that, she could be an 8 or a 16. We don't know what speed I don't know what speed it is. It's just kind of a mystery. It actually that memory actually come from me getting ripped off. That's PC3, PC3, PC3 Kingston. Those are all 2 gig sticks of PC3. We don't want none of that. But this is definitely a DDR4 because I checked it to make sure it spaced out right, and it didn't. That memory did come with the parts that I picked up with the 1060. That did not come. That's not the server RAM, which is this RAM, which will not work in here. But I do have a 16 gig module right here that's DDR4. So I do have that one sitting here. SP RAM, that's good. And I don't know what these are. Probably, oh, these are the DDR3 modules that came with that DDR4 module. So I'm going to cut you guys off while it installs these. I'll look into the TPM 2.0 and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they don't have it on a 6th gen Intel. I think they probably Rufus this on there or did one of the installs like I did, where I used the server install method, but I think they did it that way. Other than that, though, we'll check it. It must be activated. I'll check it to make sure, but the Windows 11 must be activated. But we got it on the hard drive, but it is in the case, and it's going to need dusted. There's plenty of dust bunnies on it and stuff. I'm going to cut you guys off. We're going to get some stuff installed, check it out a little bit farther, and then we're going to move on with it. All right, so that video had ended abruptly there, so I wanted to bring you over to the computer and go on OBS for a second to show you what the Whatnot website looks like. I believe you could probably sign up here. I don't know. I always thought that it worked on an app, but I see that they have a thing there that says download Whatnot, and there's a barcode right there for it. This just tells you basically how it works and stuff. They got the barcodes. Tech channel was, I think it was like Blowout Tech Sales that I got that from. $23 though for that. We're going to wrap that thing in a nice package. And then I guess I'll show it again once we get it in that package. But we're going to take that motherboard, processor, hard drive out. We're going to wrap that up in a nice package, put a graphics card with it. We're going to have to get a little more storage. That only had like 120 gigs on it, so we'll need a little more than that. But we're going to build us a gaming PC for pretty cheap with the parts that we have already laying around here that were paid for through other things. So we'll build us a gaming PC pretty cheap, and we'll get that flipped out of here pretty quickly. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to each and every one of these videos that I put up. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I try to reply to every single comment, and if I miss one, I apologize, but I literally try to reply to every one of them. So we're going to tie this video up for the Tuesday night video. I wanted to drop a different one, but I don't have all the editing done, and I do not want to drop it without it being edited right. And it's going to take a while to edit this one because there is, I mean, literally hours and hours of content. And I'm trying to select the very best content to bring to you. Maybe Thursday. Maybe I'll have it done Thursday. I'm going to try my best. But maybe Thursday. I'm not going to promise it. So what I will promise I'm going to do is anything that I get from Marketplace, Estate sales or yard sales or apps like Whatnot or eBay are always going to be the Tuesday night videos. So you'll see my marketplace scores, Whatnot, eBay, stuff like that. On Thursday night, I'm going to start trying some different things. So you might see a case restoration video. You might see a VR testing video or benchmark testing on different computers that I've worked on and put together here on the channel. So I'm going to kind of push all that stuff to Thursday night. And on Tuesday night, I'm going to do all the marketplace scores. So keep that in mind. I'm going to cut the video off here. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to each one of these. Like, comment, subscribe. It's free to click those buttons. You know that. I can't be happier with the way and the direction the channel's headed. And I want to thank each and every one of you out there for helping me make that happen. And let's continue to grow this thing. It's been another great Sensation production, and I will catch you on the very next video.